What's up, Love Livers? I'm BS Anime, and it's time to go over the third poll for NijiGaku as voted by you guys. If you still hadn't had a chance to vote in the Muse Rock Quote poll, they're still up, as well as many other polls. In this poll, I had my viewers rate all of the NijiGaku girls from 1 through 9, where 1 being the best girl and 9 being the worst. As a disclaimer, there's only 358 votes, so this is definitely nothing like the official polls, but it's still going to be a decent indicator of what these girls are viewed as, at least by a lot of people in the US. So let's see how the girls performed this time. Starting us up in 9th place with an average of 5.51, we have Karen Asaka. Unlike the official polls, Karen has been struggling. Karen has the most amount of last place with 65, a bit more than the second most. She also has the least amount of first place votes with 27. Overall, she tends to get worse placings than others, which of course gets her last place. With this current trend, I guess she'll get 10th place in the next poll. Lucky for her, that's not possible yet. When we know more about this 10th girl, I might introduce her into the polls. Then we'll see if Kanen's gonna get 10th place. At 8th place with an average of 5.36, we have Shizuku Asaka. Unfortunately for Shizuku, she has fallen a lot in the overall rankings from the beginning. Though while she did not change much in the averages denoted by the small displacement value there, she did fall to 8th place. The problem? Well, she had the most 7th and 8th places out of everyone. She also had the 3rd most last place votes. The difference between her and Karen is that she got more first place votes and less 9th place votes. Still, not a good look for her. In 7th place with an average of 5.23, we have Emma Verde. So Emma is moving up in the world here. Anyways, for her, the most common placing she has is still last place with 48 votes, and that's tied with Shizuku for the 3rd most for last place. Though, she had the 2nd most 3rd place votes, which is just one less than her most common placing, so that did help her out a bit. Emma is the most improved from the last poll too. She dropped a whole 1 point in average, which is quite astounding. Maybe things are looking up for her. In 6th place with an average of 5.15, we have Kasumi Nakasu. Kasumi moves down from her 5th place this time, and takes 6th. She did a bit worse this time, though not much worse. She tied for the most amount of 7th places with Shizuku. She also has the 2nd most last places with 59, which is her most common placing. So for her, she got a respectable 42 votes for 1st place, so that kinda helps. In 5th place with an average of 4.89, we have Setsuna? Wow, I'd really not suspect Setsuna Yuki to get something like 5th. I mean, surprising that she didn't win, but 5th place? Wow. Despite Setsuna winning the first 2 polls, she has fallen quite a lot. She has the worst displacement value from last time, increasing her average by a whole 1.3. No one's even remotely close to doing that much worse in terms of displacement. Even more odd, she has the most first place votes with 59 still. She did get a decent amount of last place votes with 44 though, so I'm expecting this to be kind of a lot of people hating Setsuna because she keeps winning. So I'm guessing a lot of people are bashing her, trying to really lower in the rankings to make sure someone else can win, which in this case, it did work, and I'm expecting some people might do this again in the next poll. Overall, her placings were pretty spread out beyond that, a lot of first place and last place votes, but I guess all those last place votes ended up her only getting 5th place. In 4th place, with an average of 4.79, we have Ayumu Uhara. The more I look at the polls for Ayumu, the more convinced that Ayumu is the most consistent and average girl ever. In fact, she's the only girl to not change her ranking from last time. She also changed the least amount with a 0.02. Her most common placing is 6th, followed by 5th place. She has the 3rd least amount of first votes for 1st, though she had the least amount of last place votes with only 17. For most people, she's kind of just in the middle of the rankings, not hated, and perhaps liked a little bit more than she is hated, I suppose, but overall not that well loved. In 3rd place with an average of 4.75, we have Kanata Kanoe. Kanata finally stopped sleeping on the polls and moves up to 3rd place. Her most common placing is 3rd, which is also the most for that place out of everyone. Kanata's votes are pretty spread out around that, except for last place where she got the 3rd least amount with 25. In 2nd place, with an average of 4.68, we have Rina Tanoji. Rina's most common placing is 2nd with 49. She also has the 2nd most amount of votes for 1st with 45. A lot of her votes are concentrated in the top 3, and she also only got 29 9th place votes. Overall, good showing for Rina. The winner of the 3rd NijiGaku poll goes to... Wait, what? What do you mean it's not Setsuna? I didn't prepare my script for this. Who won then? Oh, I? Me? But How did I? Oh, okay. The winner of the poll is Ai Miyashita! Ai wins with an average of 4.58. This poll was much closer than a lot of the previous polls. There were a lot of places changing, and I actually won. Finally! So, I'm pretty surprised to see that Setsuna did not win, but Ai does claim her victory after getting second place twice. Her most common placing is second with 63 votes. She also has the second least amount of last place votes. She also had the third most amount of first place votes. She has a strong amount of votes in the top 3 places, which secures her victory. So congratulations to Ai for winning the third poll. Now let's take a look at the demographics as indicated by the voters. So just as an FYI, if you see it highlighted in red, that means it's the worst in that category. Bronze is third, silver is second, and gold is first. The first category I'm going to be taking a look at is for males. This is the gender distribution here. And so for males, the average was pretty similar to the actual average. But I guess Setsuna did a bit worse than what was normally done by the overall, so I guess that's something. For females, Ayumu takes the cake for females overall, and Kaden did the worst. Kasumi does a bit better, and Rina does a good amount worse. But Setsuna is also more appreciated by the girls, unlike the guys. Next up, we have countries. So this is a graphic of all the countries, and this is more specifically actual number stats for every single section if you're wondering. So for US, I'm going to separate it for males and females because that I can and it's the biggest group, so why not? So for males in the US, Setsuna does remarkably well here. The best average out of literally everything that I could find. Ai also does very well, and Shizuku doesn't do very well, and Rina gets destroyed with an average of a 6, which is pretty bad. For US females, the US females really like Ai, but not Emma, Kanata, or Kaden, so I guess they don't like third years at all here. For Europe, Kasumi suffers, but Kaden fares a bit better, and Emma got 4th overall, so that's pretty good. Emma is representing her continent pretty well here. Asia likes Ayumu, and not so much for Kaden. They also like Shizuku, giving her a 4th place overall. The last group to look at is for the age group bracket. So looking at the 10 through 14 year olds, they really favor Rina as well as Kasumi. Makes sense since Kasumi is a little more mischievous, and that tends to appeal to the younger demographic. For 15 to 20 year olds, which is the most popular, as that really tends to what Love Live and just anime viewers in general, you don't see anything too special, mainly because they are kind of the meat of this poll. This group tends to like Kaden a bit more, and Kanata, but Emma not quite as much. For the older people who are older than 21, including me, this group really likes Ayumu and Emma a lot. Not so much for Rina or Setsuna, however. So that more or less is all the demographics here. This is all the stats here, if you're interested to see all of them here. Next thing to look up is the subunits as to the right. This is just me grouping the girls in each subunit and getting their overall stats, so don't look too much into it. But more or less, the idea is that the subunits were actually really closely ranked. It's not, you can't really tell too much from each individual one. It was a very close battle. Diva either got first or last for all the individual sections, and they really tend to appeal to the 15 to 20 year olds, as well as people in the US and the Europeans the most. If you're interested to look at all the sheet, I have this available on my Google Drive, which I'll put a link in the description if you want to see this one, as well as the other stats for the previous videos, which I went over all the other polls for different girls, as well as the different groups. As I promised, I'll list all of the participants here. Thank you to all of the participants. I really do appreciate all the effort you guys put in here, and of course, I love seeing you guys come again and again and doing all these polls. It means a lot to me, and especially since the official polls are no longer going for NijiGaku anymore, which, I mean, they did a lot. I'll at least keep mine up going, although I will not be doing a monthly, but more or less, this will be a great way to continue to see people's interests as well as how the girls do over time. Now we have a monthly questionnaire, which is a bit different, but I'll keep up with that and see what I'll do with that. And of course, thank you all the people who commented. I know a lot of you guys put some real long, passionate comments here, and I really do enjoy seeing why you like ranking a girl a certain way. Once again, thank you to all the participants, and double thanks to all the people who gave demographics. It's really cool to see the trends amongst the guys you belong to, and I got a lot more people voting this time, especially last time didn't get as many votes for at least NijiGaku, so I'm really happy to see more and more people participate this. So of course, I got another poll that you can participate. So this is the fourth poll for NijiGaku. The only difference this time is that you can rate for the subunits. So this time, you can specifically rate it instead of me just guessing what it should be. If you want to vote for the other girls in the other groups, of course, the link to the polls are in the description below. If you don't agree with these rankings, go ahead and let your opinion influence these polls. The more, the merrier, so get yourself to vote, get your friends to vote, and we can truly see who is the best girl. Stay tuned, as of course more of these videos will be coming out soon enough. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.